It's Thursday, September the 19th. It's Little Brown Jug Day here in the Buckeye State. First race post time, 11 a.m. Current track time, 10:32. So we're 28 minutes away from post time for the first race here on Little Brown Jug Day. Under clear and sunny skies, the mercury is going to reach 85 degrees this afternoon, and the track is rated as fast. So another beautiful day here at the Delaware County Fairgrounds, known world over as the home of the Little Brown Jug. Sunny, 85 and fast. First race post time for the first of 21 at 11 a.m. If you want to turn to your official racing program, here are the changes thus far. Turning to the first race, the first half of the early double. It's the Delaware County Fair Signature Series Consolation, sponsored by Tioga Downs Casino and Resort. The first race. Scratch the 7, Skyway Rocket Top, sick. 1-7, Skyway Rocket Top is sick and has been withdrawn from the first race. Races 2, 3, 4 are clear. The fifth race, clear. Well, the sixth race, clear. 7 and 8 are clear at this time, along with race number 9 being clear. Turning to the 10th race. Well, the 10th race of the Buckeye Stallion Series, 2-year-old colt in gelding pace, sponsored by UMH Properties Incorporated. And in the 10th race, a driver's change on the 7 down by the parade. 10-7, drivers change. In the 10th race, the 7 down by the parade, make the driver Braden Rhodes. Braden Rhodes will drive the 7 down by the parade in the 10th. Sponsored by UMH Properties Incorporated. And speaking of UMH, well, they have one of their homes located here on the front side of the grandstand, just beside it. And for the first 1,000 people that go through the UMH property home this morning, they will receive a $5 betting voucher. A $5 betting voucher, and all you got to do is stop over to the UMH home, take a peek inside, see how beautiful these homes really are. UMH Properties, the first 1,000 customers to walk through the home located here on the front stretch will receive a $5 betting voucher. It'll take you a few minutes, that's all, folks, and you'll pick up a $5 betting voucher. UMH Properties, right here at the Delaware County Fair. Turning to the 11th race. The 11th race. A line to be announced in the 11th race. Cleveland Top Rookie in the 11th race. Cleveland Top Rookie in the last start from post 3 was second at the quarter, second at the half, third at 3/4 by a length and a half, third at the top of the stretch by 2, wound up finishing third by 3 1/4 in 154 4 at odds of $10.60 to 1. That's the line to be announced in the 11th race, sponsored by First Commonwealth Bank. On the 7, Cleveland Top Rookie. Now let's swing back to the 10th race. We're going to go to that same horse down by the parade where the driver's change was just announced to Braden Rhodes on the 17th here in Delaware, Ohio. The line to be announced from post 6. At the quarter was on top. The half leader as well. 3/4 was up by 3 parts of a length. The top of the stretch was up by 1.25 lengths. Wound up finishing second by a head in 154 4 at odds of $1.40 to 1. Second by a head in 54 4. That's the line to be announced in the 10th race on the 7 down by the parade. The 11th, we gave you that one. 12th race, clear. 13th race, sponsored by Midland Acres. Washington Courthouse, Ohio, Midland Acres. 13th race is clear. Turning to the 14th race, the Buckeye Stallion Series 2-year-old colt in gelding pace. It's the 5th division. Sponsored by First Commonwealth Bank. A driver's change on the 2. Catch the Express. Make the driver Double D. Dexter Dunn. Dexter Dunn will drive the 2. Catch the Express in the 14th. The 15th race is clear. Turning to the 16th race, the Ohio Breeders' Championship for the 3-year-old pacing fillies. Lady Pace honoree Lisa Swartz. Congratulations to Lisa Swartz on being the Lady Pace honoree this year. This race sponsored by Chesround Chevrolet GMC. Well, the 3 Katie's Up will race on Lasix. Lasix medication for the 3 Katie's Up. This will be her first start on Lasix. First start on Lasix for the 3 Katie's Up in the 16th. Now turning to the 17th race. The first elimination of the 79th edition of the Little Brown Jug. Sponsored by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. In the 17th race, scratch the 1. Time is on my side. Sick. 17-1. Time is on my side is sick and has been withdrawn from the 17th. The first elimination of the 79th Little Brown Jug. The 18th race, the second elimination of the Pacing Classic, the Little Brown Jug, sponsored by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, is clear. No changes. Along with race number 19 being clear. Turning to the 20th race, the Miss Versatility Final. For the aged trotting mares, purse of $90,000, sponsored by Jeff and Paula Garrell's Alarage Farms. In the 20th, scratch the 8, Call Me Goo, sick. 28, Call Me Goo is sick and has been withdrawn from the Miss Versatility Final, sponsored by Jeff and Paula Garrell's Alarage Farms. Well, then in the 21st race, that'll be the last race of the day. It'll be the final of the 79th Little Brown Jug here in Delaware, Ohio. Sponsored by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Please note at the bottom of the 21st race for your programs bought here on track. Past performance pages for the Little Brown Jug will be available after the post position draw at www.littlebrownjug.com/comeback sheet, or you can use the QSR code right there in the box and it'll bring that up for you along with the past performances, including this afternoon's eliminations yet to be run. Use the QR code or visit the website www.littlebrownjug.com/comeback sheet for those past performance lines, which will also include this afternoon's elimination races. Well, those are all the changes that we have at this time. Any more changes to come in throughout the day, Roger and myself will be sure to pass them right along to you. Again, Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a cordial welcome to the Delaware County Fairgrounds, known world over as the home of the Little Brown Jug. It's Thursday, September the 19th. Here in Delaware, it's Little Brown Jug Day. Under sunny and clear skies, 85 degrees and fast. Post time, 11 a.m. Current track time, 10:42, so we're 18 minutes away from post time for the first of 21. Again, welcome to the Delaware County Fairgrounds, known world over as the home of the Little Brown Jug. It's Jug Day here in the Buckeye State. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Countdown to Post Time. Countdown to Post Time is brought to you by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Now let's go trackside to the Delaware County Fairgrounds.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Countdown to Post Time. It's Jug Day, our fifth day of 5 days in Delaware. And Susan, you have talked all week about how the level of activity at the Delaware County Fairgrounds and the excitement level has creeped up. Well, it's getting there. You can see it. You can feel it. The people are just energized today. Yeah. And I think the beautiful day for racing, too, is just adding to it.
We had a full crowd in for the speaker series this morning. We had an overflow crowd. There wasn't enough places for everybody to sit, and it got a little loud because people were chattering, but I think that's the excitement. You know, everybody's excited to be here.
And yesterday we kicked it off with a whale of a jugette. How about Soft Shot coming through to win the 54th Jugette? The Ohio Connections, Jessica Rogner, races mainly up at Northfield Park, supplemented to get in and said, We were just here for the fun.
Yeah. It was an absolutely great quote that she said. But what was amazing is in her first heat, she equaled the stakes record, 49-3, thinking that's probably about as fast as you're going to go.
Stakes
and then,
record, track record, world
record for the next one, yeah. And then my girl EJ with Dexter Dunlop, 49-1. So it was an incredible bunch of fillies.
I made the comment, I wonder if a horse can read numbers. Well, guess what? EJ's my girl EJ. She read the numbers and said, not on my watch.
Yeah.
And then ends up breaking the records. But the good thing is, Soft Shot goes in as a world record holder. Doesn't matter how long you hold that record.
That's right.
It wasn't long, but she's a world record holder. And then to come out and win the jug, David Miller had it all under control.
Yeah, he absolutely did. He didn't look worried a bit. I mean, you never saw him go back to look. He just sat there and drove that filly on.
And he got a break. You know,
yes.
Once, my girl EJ had the equipment problem,
Yeah.
It was pretty much over at that point with
Yeah.
David Miller sitting in the bike.
Kind of a hard way to lose with an equipment break. You know, you never know. You're always going to wonder. The connections from my girl EJ are always going to wonder.
Oh, what
What
if?
she
What
got
if?
on? Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I was once told this a long time ago in this game, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
You know, and that what if should be added to the end of that.
Absolutely.
So, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about today's card. We only have 21 races today, so we get a little bit of a break, but we have the 79th edition of the Little Brown Jug when we return to the Delaware County Fairgrounds right after this. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Welcome back to the Delaware County Fairgrounds. Countdown to post time. 5th day of 5 days in Delaware. And, the numbers just continue to grow. Not as many horses today, but we got more trainers here.
Yes. Yeah, we've got 96 different trainers in today, 147 horses. The Burks have 11 in, so that's a big one. But our local guys, Brian Brown has 7 and Virgil Morgan has 5. So the local guys got a lot in.
Well, our drivers, Chris Page leads the way with 12 wins so far through 4 days. Only had 1 yesterday. Chris Lem sitting there with 6. How about the Buckeye? 5 in 2 days. David Miller. And then we got a host at 4. We got Brett Miller, Dan Noble, and Dexter Dunn just shows up and decides he's going to take 4 wins yesterday to take yesterday's driving championship. And that's where they stack through the first. Our trainers, taking a look at the trainers. Right now, Virgil Morgan, who had a huge day yesterday, 5 wins. He now has 7 on the day. Ron Burke with 4. And Jessica Rogner with the elimination win and the win in the finals had 3 yesterday. So she has 3. Young Matt Burkholder, 3 wins also. Ron Steck, Scott Todd, Todd Luther, all with 3 wins each.
Speaking of Jessica Rogner, she had an OFRC, a 3-year-old colt pacer in the fair racing conference, Rock the Hill, went 151. So she had a fast day.
You know, it's funny. When you're racing cars, you hear them talk about how they've got the cars ready to go and look for speed. Well, I don't know if it was the combination of shoes and the track, whatever it was, but she had her horses ready to go. They were set it was race time, and they were right on. And
it was interesting. Casey Coleman talked about that a little bit on your the speaker series this morning. How at this point in the year, they're as conditioned as probably they're going to be. There's not a whole lot of conditioning left, but it's keeping them healthy and keeping them happy. I thought that was interesting. That's what your goal is now at this point in the year.
So we've got, what do we have on the schedule today? I know we've got Ohio Breeders' Championship. We got Buckeye Stallion. We got a little bit of everything.
We do. We've got 6 divisions of the Buckeye Stallion Series. So of the 2-year-old colt pacer. So there's a lot of 2-year-olds out there that want to be in that. We've got, of course, the 2 Signature Series.
What's
the Constellation. I don't know. It's this race that I heard somebody I know's got one in.
I got a story on that coming up here in a minute.
We're going to lose Frank between about the 6th and the 12th race because his horse is in the ninth. So he's got to prep, and then he's got to come down from that. So we'll lose him for a while. Yeah, we've got the OBC. We got the 2-year-old colt pace. There's 2 divisions of that. 3-year-old filly pacers is 1 division, and the 3-year-old colt pacers, there are 2 divisions. So we've got a lot of Ohio Breeders' Championship, a couple of Triple Crown contenders. So that'll be and we'll keep an eye on that. And, of course, the 2 standardbreds, 2-year-old colt pace and the 2-year-old colt trot, and the old Oaken bucket.
Got a couple of good interviews already lined up today. We've got the connections of Rose Run Zane, John and Leanne Saunders, who are in from Colorado. Dan Veneer trains Rose Run Zane. Austin Hanners gets his first Little Brown Jug drive ever on Rose Run Zane, so it'll be nice to talk to them. And then Roger set us up. We've got a trainer who is over here from England, and who is at the Vincent Delaney, friend of Rogers. She is in town for the festivities. She's going to make her way over here about 12:30. Doug Ballinger is going to talk to her. So looking forward to her as well. Plus, we'll try to grab as many people as we can, bring you the entertainment aspect of what we do here.
And then, of course, Ashley, we don't know what Ashley's going to come up with. She's just out and about, and she will bring us some great things. We've had, in the past days, we've had some great interviews by Ashley Daly.
So crowd already starting to fill up as we are getting closer to our first race. Post time today, the 11 o'clock post was scheduled for noon. They moved it up because of the number of races. It was interesting that the fact that they bet over $1 million here yesterday alone for the 22 race card. Gabe Pruitt brought that up today during our speaker series, so that was good to hear that.
They attributed some of that to the timing of the races, which is when you hang the races, they call it, and that is that's an important thing that as a horseman, I didn't know about that for years and years and years until the last couple of years when I found out.
And it's still Roger said it's a very important part of it due to trying to maximize the betting dollars. But, we've had talks the last couple of days with people about the drag, about the time between it, and it's a very controversial subject.
Yes.
Everybody has their opinions on it and what needs to be done. And so, it's going to be here for a while.
But I think what was interesting, what Jason Settlemore said at the end of the day yesterday when Doug was interviewing him, he said if all the tracks would join together and they would run it all so that they're not on top of each other, so they've got that, they could go off at a specified time. There could be less of the drag. There wouldn't be drag because this track would be here, this track would be here. And he said if they all got together, they could do it.
It's almost like college football in a way. You may have to get the Power 5 conferences or tracks to do it. And because that's where the majority of the money is bet. Get the Power 5 or Power 6, whatever you want to call them, to agree.
Right.
And not even worry about, the smaller tracks. But, one of those subjects that's for another day, another group of people.
Not us.
That doesn't fall under the OHHA mantra of bringing you stories and fun things.
Right. We're all about the fun.
Yeah, we are definitely about the fun. And You know, I picked up a couple of stories earlier today. I got to find my notes on them. So, but looking forward to a great day. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it will be 5 days in Delaware as we get set for the Little Brown Jug today from the Delaware County Fair. We'll be back right after this.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Welcome back to the Delaware County Fairgrounds as we get set for the Little Brown Jug today. Have you had a chance to handicap it yet?
Oh, no. I have not.
Too far ahead.
Yeah. One thing that I haven't even had a chance to do, which I love to do when I'm here, is to go in the jug in the Jugette barns. And I just kind of peeked in as I was going by them, and they're just beautiful this year. They had some displays up in the Jugette barn. So if you're here on the grounds, you want to make sure that you get in there, or if you're coming next year, make sure that you get in there and view that, because it's just really, really, really nice.
Now, one of the things, so everybody knows, if you're looking for a little bit of a secret, okay, Nijinsky is in the same stall that Casey Coleman's first 3 winners were all
Really?
in. If you're superstitious,
Wow.
just laying that out there. I don't think it needed what stall it was in, because Nijinsky Ninja, as they call it, is one of the top horses out there. But
I wonder if she requested that, or if it just happened.
I think it's as soon as you get here, you get to choose which one.
Okay.
I think that's the way they do it, and that'll be a question we'll have to ask Jay Wolf at some point. But I was talking to her mother and father, and Michael Powers, the horse that won her first one, her mom groomed that horse. So I was talking to her mom and their dad about that. Her dad was a trainer, made it, mainly on claiming horses and everything. But so proud of what their daughter has done with her training facility. I thought it was interesting. She's like, I moved to Florida. I don't like leaving Florida. So, so we are set. So we're almost to post time. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll be ready to kick it all off from the Delaware County Fair. We'll see you shortly.
This has been Countdown to Post Time. Countdown to Post Time is presented by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Countdown to Post Time is a production of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Now stay tuned for 5 days in Delaware and coverage of racing from the Delaware County Fairgrounds. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents 5 days in Delaware and the Little Brown Jug, the Great American Harness Race. 5 days in Delaware is presented by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, Midland Acres, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, thestable.ca, and Dublin Valley Farms. Now let's go to the Delaware County Fairgrounds for today's racing action.
But the 2 is Corey Day Ermond and Robert Mondello, both of the Buckeye State's Big Bad Whammo, trained by Bob Brooks, Pierce Henry. Jeff Neisonger drives the 3, WF Eeyore, owned by Eddie Pulling of Lebanon, Ohio, and Jeff Materi, St. John's, Florida, trained by Eddie Pulling. The 4 is Daniel and Landon Cody of Covington, Ohio. She's all jacked up, trained by Roy Justice, Austin Hanners. The 5 last bet, owned, trained, driven by Stacy Curry, Thornville, Ohio. With the 6, Big Booty Rudy by Jessica and Amelia Smith of Xenia, Ohio, trained by Randy Smith, Mark St. Louis Jr. The 7, Skyway Rocket Top is out sick. In the 8, Western Ready by Toop Stable LLC, New Carlisle, Ohio, trained by Scott Ferguson. Hank Levan is in the sulky. That's the field for the first. Condition Pace Signature Series Consulate.
Welcome back to the Delaware County Fairgrounds. I'm Frank Froz along with Susan Schroeder. Ashley Daly's here. We've got Kim Poma in the tent, Steve Ulrich working the camera, Matt Clark, the man in charge, pressing all the buttons as we get set for day 5 of 5 days in Delaware. And we are getting set to kick things off with our first race, the Signature Series Consolation Pace, which is where I thought I was going to be.
That's right.
So, but it's not. We are in the finals with Poster Pets. And so let's take a look at the horses in this Signature Series. The number 1 is Atlas Hanover. Anthony McDonald drives for Jason McGinnis, who owns this 5-year-old gelding by Captain Treacherous. 23 starts on the year, 5 wins, 3 seconds, earnings of $34,289. Was a winner last time out at Scioto Downs in a starter allowance $12,500 claiming event.
Big Bad Whammo and Pierce Henry from the 2 for trainer Robert Brooks. Corey Day Ermond and Robert Mondello are the owners. This is a 7-year-old horse by Big Bad John out of Village Jolt Mare. 71 lifetime starts, 16 wins, has won $129,000. Has a mark as a 7-year-old of 152-4 at Miami Valley. He did not race last year as a 6-year-old. Had 2 starts that I can see in the Signature Series, was a winner and finished second.
The number 3 is WF Eeyore. Jeff Nysonger gets the drive for Eddie Poling. This is a Rockin' Amadeus out of the Blissful Hall mare. Blissful Dreamers, 7-year-old gelding. Eddie Poling along with Jeff Mantaring are the owners. 21 starts, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 3/3. Has earned just under $23,000. His card does show 1 win in the Signature Series back at Wapakoneta. Was finished second but placed first.
She's all jacked up. Austin Hanners in the bike for trainer Roy Justice. Daniel and Landon Coate are the owners of this 5-year-old mare by If I Can Dream. 93 lifetime starts, 13 wins, $125,000 plus in earnings. A record this year as a 5-year-old at 152 at Miami Valley. 2 second-place finishes in the Signature Series in her last 6 starts.
The number 5 is Last Bet. Stacy Curry is the driver and the trainer. This is a 6-year-old gelding by Better's Delight out of the Western Hanover mare west of L.A. 3 wins in 26 starts this year. And cannot see any Signature Series races on the card, but the last time out was a winner at Northfield, and the non-winners are $2,500 in the last 4.
Big Booty Rudy, Mark St. Louis Jr. up for trainer Randy Smith and owners Jessica and Amelia Smith. This is an 8-year-old gelding by Big Bad John. He's had 196 lifetime starts, 31 wins, has earned $328,000, has a mark as a 4-year-old of 150-4, but this year as a 8-year-old has a record of 151-3 at Miami Valley, finished second 2 starts back in a Signature Series race.
The number 7 is Skyway Rocket Top. Aaron Merriman drives for Rajan Bertera. This is a 6-year-old mare by J.K. End of an Era out of Rock on By. 5 wins in 21 starts this year. A couple of seconds in the that was a scratch. I'm sorry. Okay.
Scratch.
Why don't you do number 8 then?
And Western Ready from the 8-hole, Hank Levan up for trainer Scott Ferguson. Toop Stables of New Carlisle, Ohio, the owner of this 5-year-old gelding. 73 lifetime starts, $234,000, a mark as a 4-year-old of 151 at Scioto Downs.
Let's send it up to Jason Settlemore for the consolation of the Signature Series pace.
Downs Casino and Resort. Field of 7 with a scratch at the 7. Skyway Rocket Top out sick. The Webkenberg starting gate swings to the top of the stretch, and here they come on Little Brown Jug Day. Off and pacing, firing away from the inside. Atlas Hanover's on the go. From the inside, Big Wag Whammo comes away in 2, followed by WF Eeyore under a couple tippy taps of the whip there from Nice Songer. Away in 4th, she's all jacked up, coming away in 5th. Big Booty Rudy, a gap of 4, racing in 6th. That's Last Bet in 7th and trailing the field. Western Ready can see them all as they move by the opening quarter. The opening quarter came and went in a quick 27 seconds flat into that far sweeping turn for the first time. And up top, Atlas Hanover with the lead for Anthony McDonald, dictating the fractions here by a length and a quarter to the inside. A big Bad Whammo, they're racing into WFE or they're in 3rd. 4th, that's She's All Jacked Up. Passing the stands and the fans for the first time, heading on over to the half. Atlas Hanover, Big Bad Whammo. WFE or stays in. First over on the rim, racing in 4th. Big Booty Rudy rolling into the payoff half. 56 2/5. Locked in for life there. She's All Jacked Up. Moved to the outside, racing in 7th. Western Ready is racing 6th and 7th and trailing the field. Last Bet off the turn and driving down the backside. Heads are pointing towards 3/4 and up top. Atlas Hanover been there every step of the way, leading it by a length and a half, trying to get away from Big Bad Whammo. 3/4 and 124 flat. They'll pace the final turn and head for home, and Atlas Hanover opens up by 2.5. Big Bad Whammo to the inside, racing 2nd. WF Eeyore there in 3rd. Out pops, She's All Jacked Up. Less than a 16th to go. They're on their way home in Delaware, Ohio. The only question, what's the teletimer going to say? Atlas Hanover, gate to wire. Atlas Hanover in front. She's All Jacked Up 2nd. 3rd was WF Eeyore, and 4th to round out the super, the 2 Big Bad Whammo. The time of the mile, 1:52 1/5. Atlas Hanover.
So there you have it. The consolation goes to the number 1, Atlas Hanover, and Anthony McDonald and Jason McGinnis, 6th win this year. And that'll move the earnings up to over $36,000. Just in this barn, this horse was claimed from the Christie Noble barn back on August 16th. So Jason McGinnis made the claim, was scratched the first time he had it, but then comes back with a big 6-win length and bangs a big win here.
I was, when you see Anthony McDonald and Jason McGinnis driving, I thought, I got to get down and do a interview with all of the stable members. But this particular horse is owned by Jason McGinnis himself, so it's not a stable.ca horse.
So Jason McGinnis, the trainer for Anthony McDonald, and for Anthony, I believe that is his 2nd win. He wins for the 2nd time here. He had a win back on Sunday, so he bookends a pair of wins. For Jason McGinnis, it was his first win of the meet, I believe.
Pretty fast mile to start off this consolation.
Yes, it was.
Makes you wonder what the final's going to go in,
yes,
doesn't it?
It does. Well, that's faster than Poster Pets has ever gone. 52 1. Oh, here he comes down the stretch now. Oh, if he's anything like his owner, he's going to go down the midway and pick up something to eat on the way back.
Yeah. Well, that's important. Maybe he needs a little funnel cake.
There you go, just something. So here comes our winner back around, Anthony McDonald, and the winner, Atlas Hanover.
Moving trackside to the Sugar Valley Farm Winner's Circle. Win of the first race, sponsored by Tioga Downs Casino and Resort Signature Series Consolation. A gate-to-wire victory here for the 1, Atlas Hanover's the punter's choice at 1-5. Atlas Hanover's a 5-year-old bay gelding by Captain Treacherous out of an Ameriway mare, she by American Ideal. Owned by Jason McGinnis of Sagamore Hills, Ohio, who also trains. Nicely handled here this morning by winning driver Anthony McDonald. Posting the 6th win in 2024. And the 18th win of this one's career, bred by Hanover Shoe Farms. Time of the mile, 1:52, 1/5. The caretaker for the one, Atlas Hanover, Shane Ecton. And in the winner's circle to make the trophy presentation on behalf of Tioga Downs Casino and Resort to this Signature Series consolation winner, Atlas Hanover, Mr. Bill Peters.
Well, Bill kicks it off with getting in the winner's circle for the first race today. So first to Atlas Hanover. It's official now. Second, She's All Jacked Up, Austin Hanners. Third, WF Eeyore.
For $42.80. Third of the three, WF Eeyore, returning $268. Dollar try, 143, $11.50. Well, the Superfecta 1432 for 50 cents is worth $12.50. And the dollar perfecta 1-4, $3.80, and the 50-cent super high five, 14326, $40.70.
Get the final rundown here from Jason Settlemore in just a second. Good crowd already on hand. The pavilion looks like it's hopping already. People over there getting the early lunch. Starting to fill up along the backstretch. People already under their tents. Just a lot of people came here this year. Matt, were you able to set your GoPro up with the speed thing like you did last year as the people came in? No, you did not. Okay. I did not know if you were able to this time or not. It was really a nice little piece of video that Matt Clark did. He's gotten creative. He put his GoPro on, I think it was it Cam McCowan?
Cam McCowan.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
That was.
So. Series consolation of the one Atlas Hanover, the race winner, timed at 1:52.1. The two Big Bad Whammo, 4. The 3 WF Eeyore, 3. The 4 She's All Jacked Up, 2. The 5 Last Bet, 7. The 6 Big Booty Rudy, 5. The 7 Skyway Rocket Top was scratch 6. And the 8 Western Ready, 6. Recheck the rundown top to bottom. It should read 143 275 scratch 6 on the bottom.
So the first race is in the books. Our second, the Ohio Breeders' Championship. 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers. A total purse of $145,000. We'll have 2 divisions when we return to the Delaware County Fairgrounds right after this.
Home to the most renowned week of racing in the United States, the Delaware County Fair needs no introduction among horsemen. The first fair was held in 1834 as a common exhibition of livestock and farm products. However, in 1946, the fair would be completely transformed by the creation of the Little Brown Jug. Local attorney Joe Neville and Hank Thompson, sports editor of the Delaware Gazette, changed the game of harness racing forever. Neville, concerned by the emphasis placed on trotters, turned toward showcasing pacers. Receiving its name through a newspaper contest, the initial Little Brown Jug had a purse of $35,000 and was won by Ensign Hanover, with Delaware's Curly Smart driving. 27,000 people watched the inaugural race. Today, record attendance stands at 56,000 spectators. The Little Brown Jug is the final leg for the Pacing Triple Crown. Both the Jug and Jugette are the last Grand Circuit races to go multiple heats in one day. Delaware County Fair is a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. They host 5 full days of the best and biggest county fair races.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fairs. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair.
The OFRC races at 21 fairs in 19 Ohio counties. Trotters and Pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins. Buying or selling a racehorse? OnGate.com is your one-stop website. OnGate has changed the way racehorses are bought and sold. Easy-to-view listings makes it easy to find your next champion. Buy or sell at OnGate.com. Welcome back to the Delaware County Fairgrounds as we get set for our second race. Frank Frost, Susan Schroeder, Matt Clark here in the studio. Want to thank everybody watching today, and they're up early in British Columbia, Canada. I saw somebody checked in from there. I believe they've checked in from over in Australia, where it's, I believe, later in the evening now. So it's post time. Let's go to the post parade for the Ohio Breeders' Championship 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pace.
2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers at 1 mile, a purse of $72,500. The first division, sponsored by Eagle Sticks Golf Club, field of 5, no changes. The one is Down by the Water, owned by the Down by the Water of Macedonia, Ohio, trained by Jody Scalacci with Chris Limbs. Well, the 2 is Fabio Hanover, owned by Overheiser of New Smyrna Beach, Florida. FAC Racing LLC of Scarsdale, New York. Schwartz Jr. of Wooddale, Illinois, trained by Brian Brown with Ronnie Wren Jr. The 3 is Last Laugh LLC of Bucyrus, Ohio's What You Gonna Do? Ron Potter trains, Aaron Merriman drives. The 4, My First Fire by Greg Luther Racing LLC of Blacklick, Ohio, trained by Todd Luther. Austin Hanners up. And for the outside, the 5, Bars and Notes, owned by Joseph Lucas of Stow, Ohio, and At the Wire Farms in Las Vegas, Nevada, trained by Joseph Lucas. Tyler Smith is in the sulky. That's the field for the second race. Win, Play, Show, perfected.
Let's take a look at this field for the Ohio Breeders' Championship, 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers. The number 1 is Down by the Water. Chris Lems drives for Jody Scalacci. This is a Down by the Seaside out of the Western Ideal Mare Pirouette Hanover, owned by Down by the Water of Macedonia, Ohio. 5 starts, a win, and 2/3. Earnings of $28,000. Has hit the board in 4 of the last 5. Was 3rd in the Ohio Sire Stakes at Scioto Downs. Won a 2-year-old event at Scioto, and also has a 3rd place finish on the card from the Ohio State Fair Stakes back at Scioto in August.
Ronnie Wren Jr. drives Fabio Hanover from the 2-hole for trainer Brian Brown, owned by D.S. Overheiser from Florida, FAC Racing Limited from New York, and J.R. Schwartz from Illinois. So quite a mixture of people there from all over enjoying this great Ohio program. And this colt is down by the Seaside out of an Art Major mare, Fashion Majorette. 8 starts on the year, 2 wins, 3 seconds, and 1/3. Latest win was at Scioto Downs in a 2-year-old non-winners of 2 race in 52-4. Won that in a dead heat. Has been racing in the Ohio Sire Stakes. Finished 2nd at the State Fair and 3rd in a Sire Stake and 2nd in another Sire Stakes.
The number 3 is What You Gonna Do? Aaron Merriman is in the bike for Ron Potter. This is a Fear the Dragon out of the All-American Native Mare Bad Girls Club. Last Laugh LLC of Bucyrus, Ohio are the owners. 7 starts, 2 wins, 2/3. Earnings just under $35,000. Was a winner 2 back in a 2-year-old event at Scioto Downs. In fact, that was a dead heat in that with Fabio Hanover, who is the number 2 in this race.
My First Fire, Austin Hanners up for trainer Todd Luther. Greg Luther Racing owns. This is, of course, a Catch the Fire out of a Dragon Again mare, Corona. Again, 7 starts on the year, 4 wins, and 3/3. Has already earned $79,800. Latest win was at Greenville in the partial in 156 and 1. Won at Scioto Downs in 153 and 2.
The number 5 is Bar and Notes. Joseph Lucas trains. Tyler Smith will have the lines. This Racing Hill is out of the Sun Beach Somewhere mare Pure Note. Joe Lucas of Stowe and At the Wire Farms of Las Vegas, Nevada are the owners of Bar and Notes. Has hit the board in 4 of 8, a win, 2 seconds, and a third. Was second, 2 back in the pop-up series at Scioto, 3 back, 1 in that series. So that's the field for the first division of the Ohio Breeders' Championship, purse of $72,500. None of these horses have a chance at the Ohio Triple Crown, but we do have that in the second division, so we'll be keeping an eye on the chances for a horse to move on and have a shot at the Triple Crown when we race for Super Night at MGM Northfield Park.
It's interesting when you look at the ownerships. As I mentioned, Fabio Hanover had owners from different states, as does Bars and Notes, that the popularity of this Ohio-bred program is just spreading nationwide.
5 different states represented by ownership in this
race.
In this race alone.
Looks like these 5 two-year-old colts are headed to the gate.
Let's send it upstairs to Jason Settlemore for the call of the second race, our Ohio Breeders' Championship Colt and Gelding Pace.
They're at the gate. It's rolling. Still time, but you'll have to hurry. Second race, first division, Ohio Breeders' Championship, 2-year-old colt and gelding pacers, $72,500 on the line. Sponsored by Eagle Sticks Golf Club. Field of 5, moving up and moving in. The gate swing to the top of the stretch, and here they come at the Delaware County Fair. Viral fan pacing My First Fire, getting the first call, driving through right alongside. That's Fabio Hanover using the rail to his advantage. Down by the water, comes away with the lead. Down by the water with the lead by a length and a quarter. Off the turn and driving down the backside. Down by the water to the inside, Fabio Hanover caught to the outside. My First Fire's marching on. Inside, racing in for the What You Gonna Do in 5th and trailing the field, Bars and Notes, and Ty Smith can see them all. The opening quarter in a quick 27 seconds flat. Out there up top, down by the water in that turn, leading it here by a length and a quarter. Fabio Hanover inside, racing in second, taking a long mile. The outside Scenic Journey there in third. My First Fire. Fourth there, What You Gonna Do in 5th and trailing the field, Bars and Notes, passing the stands and the fans for the first time, heading on over to the half. Down by the water, and Chris Limsey leading it here, gonna roll them into the payoff half. 55 and 3 Feb. Fabio Hanover to the inside is there, watching this leader from 2. First over on the outside and hung every step of the mile. My First Fire there in third. Fourth there, What You Gonna Do is racing there and tipped to the outside. And 5th and trailing, Bars and Notes. Down the backside they go, setting sail towards 3/4 and up top, down by the water. Leading it here by a length and a half. And to the outside, My First Fire, been parked every step. Now set up 3 wide. What You Gonna Do? 3/4 and 124 and 1/5. They'll pace the final turn and head for home, and down by the water opens up by 2.5. And to the inside, Fabio Hanover's trying to go with him in second. What You Gonna Do there in third as they turn to the top of Power Alley. Less than a 16th to go. They're on their way home in Delaware, Ohio, down by the wire. The outside, a big mile here. Fabio Hanover up the inside. Bars and Notes. Oh, it's close. Time of the mile, 153 and 1. Sneaky Tyler Smith and Bars and Notes, maybe.
I think he got there, but I'm not sure. We've been close on a couple. We'll have to wait and see if it was Bars and Notes and Tyler Smith that got up for Joe Lucas. If he did, it would be win number 2. And I think he went off as the long shot in this race.
On the infield totalizator board is 5123, but an inquiry on the 5 at the top of the stretch for a possible violation of the pylon rule.
Oh. Wouldn't that be something if that he comes down because of that? There's the replay. See if we can see it.
He ran a few steps.
That's
there.
what I thought. Yep, he ran a few steps there. It looks like he's outside the pylon there. Hard to see.
Hard to see that one.
Hard to see from there.
Rule for the 5 bars
So
and
breaking
notes.
rule instead of the pylon rule. So, and I think you're right, Matt. He put in a few extra steps there, coming around the
I don't
turn.
I don't know how much that affected
Hold all
Aaron
tickets.
on the outside of him. It's tough.
Yeah, but if you break,
You have to take
you
up.
have to take up, and he did not at all. So we're going to see what happens. Went off at 10-1. Oh, if anybody had him across the way. So we wait and we wait.
We've got such
Down.
observant viewers because Marianne said he broke. Jim said, I think he hit one. So we've got people watching that very closely.
The favorite down by the water, Chris Lems and Jody Scalacci may get the benefit of this as we wait to find out. Finishing third was Fabio Hanover, and finishing fourth, what you gonna do? Well, the judges, we can see the judging stand from
Yes.
here. They are all turned around, so they are still checking out the replay upstairs. And I'm not sure what type of system they have there, if they can go back and forth or if they have to have the folks down in the television room taking care of that. Either way, we all wait.
We wait. We're one of the only people that can see the judges.
Exactly.
Nobody in the grandstand can see them. They're way on top of the grandstand.
Down by the water, Chris Lems, Jody Scalacci wait. Bars and notes, Tyler Smith, Joseph Lucas wondering. I'm not sure if they've already brought the cart over with anybody. The only thing I see in the infield is the Delaware County Fair court. The king and the queen are out there in their attendance.
Second division of this Breeders' Crown 2-year-old colt gelding pace is the fourth race. And in that fourth race, we have Rick Wink, who won the Ohio State Fair at Scioto Downs. So he is one of our possible Triple Crown winners.
As we wait for this, the entire court now behind the tote board over there. They're going to get their picture taken.
Roger's
sure
over
what's-
there calling a race of his own. I don't know what's going on over there. Yeah.
He can call anything. He came to a Wisconsin annual meeting one year, and he called a race with, I was in it because I won. So he called a race with like 4 of us that were there in it. And it was just, everybody thought a big
He
kick
called
out of it.
donkey races at Canfield.
Yes.
He's called wiener dog races at different places.
Anything that can race, he can call it.
Yep. Look out at that paddock turn. People already filling up the one viewing stand. You can see everybody standing on top. They've got like a stair riser set up over there
Like a little bleacher.
to enjoy it. Yep. They have I see a Canadian flag, the American flag, a Cincinnati Bengals flag, a Reds flag on the one. To the right, and I think to the left is the Cleveland contingent because I see
Ladies
a
and
Browns
gentlemen,
flag.
your attention, please. No violation of the breaking rule. Order will stand as is. 5, 1, 2, 3, unofficial. There was a break by the 5, bars and notes, but he did comply with all the aspects of the rule. Official 5, 1, 2, 3, official.
So there you have it, bars and notes. The 10-1 long shot stays up for Joe Lucas. And with that, will more than double its lifetime earnings in one race. $28,000 in earnings will now add another 36 to that. So congratulations to Joe Lucas of Stowe and the Wire Farms of Las Vegas.
Interesting that the stakes record is 151-1, held by Rose Run Zane, who is in the jug today.
There you go. A couple more folks making their way across to the winner's circle. Here comes Tyler Smith back to the winner's circle. And I'll tell you, if you need any zip ties, just stop off and talk to Bars and Notes. He may want to lend you a few. Those are really long.
Really long and floppy. Most of the time they're kind of stay up stiff, but his are really, well.
I really hope the camera guy gets a shot of that.
Yes,
I've never seen that before.
No.
I just hope one of them doesn't come back and poke him in the eye.
Well, they're just out there flopping.
And what do those do, Susan?
Well, they kind of are distraction. You know, that they can't exactly focus on something maybe that's on the track because those are kind of flitting around in front of their face.
I mean, I've seen Shady Daisy before. These are like a foot long at
least. And not very thick because they're just flopping around.
It is official.
There's a view there. I don't know if you can really see it. You can see it a little bit. You can see how they flop around.
It's Bars and Notes. 5. 2-year-old bay gelding by Racing Hill out of a pure note. She by Some Beach Somewhere. Owned by Joseph and Lucas of Stowe, Ohio, and at the Wire Farms of Las Vegas, Nevada. Trained by Joseph Lucas. Nicely handled here this morning. We'll call him Sneaky Ty Smith. Sneaking up the inside to take the Ohio Breeders' Championship for 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers. First division sponsored by Eagle Sticks Golf Club. And in the winner's circle to make the trophy presentation on behalf of Eagle Sticks Golf Club and the Ohio Breeders, Mr. Joe McLeod.
Now, you said those are to help keep the horse focused?
Well, kind of distracts them a little bit, so they're not thinking about what's right in front of them. You know, if there's something on the track, something usually that nobody else can see but that horse.
Can I get that for the office next week?
Tyler Smith, Bars and Notes, wins the Ohio Breeders' Championship. Returning 23.60, 11.20, 480. Second the one, Down by the Water, 420, 260. Third of the two, Fabio Hanover, $3. Dollar Perfecta, 5-1, 145.10. Dollar Try, 5-1-2, $264.50. And the early double for $1, 1-5, Rundown for that second race, the one Down by the Water, 2. The 2, Fabio Hanover, 3. The 3, What You Gonna Do, 4. The 4, My First Fire, 5. And the 5, Bars and Notes, the race winner. Recheck top to bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 on the bottom, time of the mile, 1:53 and 1/5.
Your winner, Bars and Notes, Tyler Smith for Joseph Lucas. So we will take a break, and when we come back, we will be set for our third race. It's the Old Oaken Bucket for 3-year-old Colt Trotters, going for $92,000. Just 4 entered in this race, and we'll be back right after this.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Field judges stand for the trophy presentation, offering win place. Perfecta wagering only. Trot at 1 mile. A person $92,150. Ladies and gentlemen, the Delaware County Fair proudly presents the Old Oaken Bucket. Field of 4, no changes. The 1 is Vanguard, owned by Kliss Brothers Stable of East Northport, New York, trained by Bruce Lauer with Todd McCarthy. Well, the 2 is Royal Wire Products Incorporated in North Royalton, Ohio. Say a Prayer, trained by Jonas Sorensen with Matt Kruger. The 3 is 4 Sixes, owned by William Hart, Carmel, Maine. Melissa Beckwith of Wilton, New York, trained by Melissa Beckwith with Hall of Famer Yannick Gingras, and this year's inductee into the Wall of Fame here in Delaware. And the 4, El Helpsky, by S&R Racing Stables of Fisher, Indiana, and Odds On Racing of Boca Raton, Florida, and Wren Racing LLC of Carmel, Indiana, trained by Melanie Wren. Peter Wren in the sulky.
So let's take a look at this short field of 4 for the Old Oaken Bucket. The number 1 is Vanguard. Todd McCarthy drives for Bruce Lauer. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Greenshoe out of the Muscle Hill mare Sabrina Dale. Kliss Brothers Stable of East Northport, New York are the owners. 13 starts this year, no wins, has a 2nd and 3/3 earnings of $11,685. The last on the board finish was 4 back at Yonkers. Last year, a couple of wins, does have a mark of 158-2 from the Meadows.
Say a Prayer, Matt Kruger up for trainer Jonas Serdinsky. This is a Father Patrick gelding out of an Andover Hall mare, Tweet Me, owned by Royal Wire Products Incorporated from North Royalton, Ohio. 9 starts on the year, has not had a win yet, but did have a 2nd and a 3rd. Last week in the Wildcat at Lexington, finished 2nd, trotted in 56-4. Start before that was also the Wildcat, finished 3rd, but trotted in 55.
The number 3 is 4 Sixes. New Hall of Fame member Yannick Gingras has the lines for Melissa Beckwith. This is a colt by 6-pack out of the Yankee Glide mare Highland Glider. William Hart of Carmel, Maine, and Melissa Beckwith of Wilton, New York are the owners. Has hit the board in 9 of 15 this year with 4 wins, earning $61,000. Was very lightly raced as a 2-year-old. Only 3 starts, won 1 of those. Last time out at the Meadows, finished 1st.
El Helpsky and Peter Wren from the 4-hole. Melanie Wren is the trainer. S&R Racing Stables from Fisher, Indiana. Odds On Racing, Boca Raton, Florida. And Wren Racing from Carmel, Indiana all own this colt. He's a Help is on the way out of a Muscle Massive mare. Kelsey Hanover has the most, or tied for the most wins on the field, has 4 wins out of just 10 starts. Has already earned almost $45,000. Last win was at Hoosier Park in 54-4. Also won another one at Hoosier Park in 54-4. Also 55-1 and 55. So this colt has been really consistent in his times where he's been trotting.
4 wins in the last 7 starts for El Helpsky, but it's win, 4th, win, 6th, win. What's it going to be today? Do you break that little pattern? The folks of El Helpsky are hoping they can break that pattern.
And with only 4 in it, it's going to be an interesting race. What's the strategy? Changes a lot when there's only 4 horses.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you can get away fourth and still pick your spot when you want to move over and try to go after the leader. And you can even wait until you get to the upper turn, heading to the stretch drive.
As long as you're close up, you're not that far off. So Vanguard was a $35,000 purchase at the Lexington Selected Sale. Say a Prayer at $92,000 at the Lexington sale, and 4 6s, $30,000 at Lexington, and El Helpsky, $65,000 at the Hoosier sale. I'm kind of wondering where El Helpsky came from. What is that?
Yeah, the naming of it. Yep.
How did that name happen? So
4 to go to the gate.
We got somebody just said that they were watching. Oh, Ray Ann said she enjoyed the races all week. Haven't gotten much else done. Well, yeah, it's Jug Week. What else do you need to do, right?
Kate Breton, Nova Scotia checking in. That's new. I haven't seen that one before.
Well, welcome to our Canadian friends. A lot of Canadian friends joining us. For our Canadian friends, I was talking to a couple of them when we were down here yesterday. Just had a real neat conversation. I said to him, yeah, you missed Canadian Day here in our tent. He goes, what do you mean? I said, we had Tim Hortons Donuts. I said, he goes, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, there is a love affair between Canadians and the Little Brown Jug. And it's great to see that. You know, we can see out at the end of the grandstand some people have a Canadian flag along with an American and a Canadian flag kind of sewed together. The folks in that pavilion turn have a couple of Canadian flags up as well. I like the fact that Winter Circle here flies the different international flags out there because this is such an international sport. When you think about where we have viewers from, you know, we have them from Europe, we have them in Sweden, we have them in France, we have them in the United Kingdom. Down under, New Zealand, Australia. You know, we've got them this year. This year we're seeing them from South America. We've got, you know, Canada is here. So very much an international sport. But also we get that international flair with everybody checking in. And, you know, you mentioned it a while back. It's kind of nice that we can connect all of these people through our live stream on Facebook and YouTube.
How many people that didn't really know each other, but through the comments and everything on Facebook, now they've become fast friends. And we see that especially at the fairs in the summertime. We'll see somebody ask, well, oh, I haven't seen David on today. I hope he's okay. You know, everybody's kind of checking in, and then David will come on and say, oh, yeah, I had a doctor's appointment. I was like, so the friendships that have formed through this live streaming, I think, is just kind of incredible.
So getting close to go. They're moving up the back stretch. The starting gate, Mike Wepkenberg is in place. And now moving towards the gate are our 4 horses. Vanguard, the number 1. Say a Prayer, the number 2. 4 6s, the number 3. And El Helpsky, the number 4. Let's send it up to Jason Settlemore for the call of the second.
The gate is rolling. Still time, but you'll have to hurry. The third race, the Hunterton Farms, Old Oak and Bucket, 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Trotters. Field of 4, moving up and moving in. The Mike Wepkenberg starting gate swing to the top of the stretch, and here they come in Delaware, Ohio. The 1 Vanguard is off the gate, break the 2, Say a Prayer, break the 4, El Helpsky. They're off and trotting, and the only one really doing that is 4 6s. 4 6s is minding his manners as he grabs control of the racetrack. Vanguard is now back down trotting, racing in 2, and he's about 4.5, 5 lengths off, but he's clearing and coming to this leader here as they move off the turn into the back stretch. 4 6s up top, leading it by 3.5. To the inside, Vanguard is there trotting in second. A gap of several lengths, we'll call it. Say a Prayer trots in third, and back down finally trotting in fourth, El Helpsky. Well, 4 6s took him to the opening quarter in 28-4 and will enter that far sweeping turn for the first time, being led up top. 4 6s. Yannick Gingras. The Hall of Famer Yannick Gingras, and the newest member of the Wall of Fame here in Delaware, Ohio, leads the way, leads it by 2. Vanguard has closed that gap nicely, racing in second as they pass the stands for the first time, heading on over to the half. 4 6s, going to roll them into the payoff half. The opening quarter was 28-4, the half was 57. Vanguard is there trotting in second. On the inside, Sayer Prayer trots in third. Fourth, that's El Helpsky as they move off that turn into the back stretch and setting sail towards 3/4 and 4 6s. The 3-year-old Bay Colt by Jeff Garral's 6-pack leads the way here, leading it by a length and a half. Out of the inside, Vanguard racing in 2, and you can forget about the last 2. Sayer Prayer move to the outside, El Helpsky, 3/4 and 125 and 3/5. And up top with the lead here, 4 6s. 4 6s, the 6-pack Colt leads it here by a widening 3.5, 4 lengths. 6 packs, 4 6s leads the way here, opening up with less than a 16th to go. They're on their way home here in Delaware, Ohio, and 4 6s. Lifetime mark is 155 flat. What's he going to do? 4 6s. Yannick Gingras in front. Vanguard to go second. El Helpsky's going to be third. Say a Prayer is fourth. 4 6s wins the Old Oaken Bucket in a new lifetime mark, 154 flat.
So 4 6s and Yannick Gingras in 154 flat. Kind of wasn't as much fun to watch for the fans since they had a couple of early breakers and they were spread out, but still a really nice performance by 4 6s. Stayed at it really well. That makes it 5 wins on the year, 6 wins lifetime. And this is a new lifetime mark. Had a mark of 55 at Pocono Downs. Had a mark as a 2-year-old of 59 and 1 at the Meadows. As we said before, very lightly raced as a 2-year-old. Just had 3 starts. The 1 win earned $7,700 this year, $61,000 before this race. So this adds about $47,000 onto that. So he's well over $100,000 for his 3-year-old campaign. William Hart from Carmel, Maine, and Melissa Beckwith from Wilton, New York. And Melissa is also the trainer of this horse. Yannick is heading back to the winner's circle. Stakes record in this, the Old Oakland Bucket, is held by SIP from 2022, 151 and 2. Let's go to the winner's circle.
Only one that minded his manners the entire time. Posting the 5th win this year, 6th win of this one's career. Bred by Bucari Farms, LLC of Pennsylvania. The 3 4 6s, 3-year-old Bay Colt by 6-pack. Out of a Highland glider, she by Yankee Glide, owned by William Hart of Carmel, Maine. Melissa Beckwith, Wilton, New York, trained by Melissa Beckwith. Nicely handled here this morning by Hall of Famer Yannick Gingras. He's also the newest member of the Wall of Fame here in Delaware, Ohio. An award much fitting and much deserving of the Green Hornet, Yannick Gingras. 4 6s, Melissa Beckwith. Caretaker Mike Eflin wins the Hunterton Farms Old Oaken Bucket. In the winner's circle to make the trophy presentation on behalf of Hunterton Farms, a dual team here of Ed Powers and Bill Peters. Yannick Gingras, 4 6s, new lifetime mark, 154 flat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause. Yannick Gingras, the newest member of the Wall of Fame and Hall of Famer here in Delaware, Ohio.
Okay.
Official.
3-1.
Let's throw it downstairs to Wendy Ross and right alongside the newest member of the Wall of Fame, Yannick Gingras.
Well, thank you very much, Jason. Yannick, always good to be here in Delaware, Ohio.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's nice to get to winner circle too. So yesterday was not the great day, but we started the day on a better note.
Well, they said you knew you wanted to get to the winner's circle early, so they said, hey, we're just going to go ahead and make it basically a one-horse race. The other three make breaks. But this colt raced really well for you today.
Yeah, he really did, actually. Mark told me a little bit about him, and, he came as advertised, and he was really, he's actually a really nice horse to drive, and, glad to pick up the drive.
Just taking things off of your bucket list, Hambletonian check, old Oak and Bucket here at Delaware, right? Just taking all the big races, it seems, this year.
Yeah, it's been a good year, no doubt about it. Like we've got a busy couple months coming, but hopefully, can roll the summer into the fall. But for sure, the Hambletonian was really special. Something waited a long time for, and it was definitely worth the wait.
The Racing Hall of Fame in 2022. Now this year, you were the 2024 Wall of Fame honoree for here in the Little Brown Jug Society. What did that mean to you?
I'm getting old. That's what it means. It's recognition is always good. There's no doubt about it. People thinking highly of you obviously to put you in places like that. And fortunate to get the drives I've gotten over the years. But there's no doubt I feel old, and that's part of the reason I'm getting those accolades.
Congratulations, you deserve to be on the wall, and I know everyone here at Delaware was certainly proud to welcome you. Congratulations, Yannick.
Thank you so much, Wendy.
Winning driver, Yannick Gingras.
Hey, we're going to head down to our interview area where Frank Fraz has John and Leanne Saunders.
Thanks, Susan. I am down here with John and Leanne Saunders. They are in from Castle Rock, Colorado, and you guys are just in here for fun today, aren't you?
Yeah. This is it's been a lifetime thing for myself. My family's been here for as long as I've been alive, and to have a horse in the race today is a big deal for us.
Well, I was setting it up that people may not know they've got Rose Run Zane in the Little Brown Jug. I was just saying to be here for the atmosphere, come all the way in from Colorado. You jumped ahead of me there, but Rose Run Zane has just had a phenomenal year. When did you guys decide we were putting this horse in the jug?
We decided last year when he won the Breeders' Championship. Had a great race, and it was, again, this has been a family tradition of mine to be here at the Little Brown Jug, and it just was kind of a no-brainer for us that he was going to be in here today. And he had a great season this year, so he followed through for us, and his last race was a great race. So we're really excited about where he's at.
Now, you're from Ohio. Leanne is from Colorado. He's been here before, so you're just kind of riding the train, aren't you, right now?
That is exactly right. So his family, we've been married for 29 years, and his family has been coming to the Little Brown Jug since we've been married as a big family reunion. So I've got to experience it, but not from this position before. So it's just, I'm really thankful and blessed to be here.
From this position, you said you got a good night's sleep last night.
I did. Yeah, she was very surprised, but for some reason I went back and about 10 o'clock, put my head on the pillow, and that was it. And I woke up at about 6:30. So,
you feeling any pressure at all?
Of course, we've got our whole family here, and that's something that's important. But I really feel like, it is just great to be here. The atmosphere is incredible. We live in Colorado, so we watch every week. We watch the races. We appreciate what you guys do. And to be here in person and to have, this whole experience with my family is just unbelievable. So, yes, I'm nervous, but I'm really excited.
How many horses are in your stable? How many do you own?
We own 4 total.
How did you hook up with Dan Vanier?
Dan Vanier, my dad was involved in the industry for a long time, and he asked John Koneski about 20 years ago if he knew a good trainer that was in the area where he was at, and he recommended Dan and Cheryl. That's how we met.
How did you sleep last night?
Not so well. I was a little bit more nervous, but we couldn't be involved with better people than Dan and Cheryl, some of the greatest people we've met in our life, and some of the other horses that we get to own, we own with a great couple from Florida, so that's been a wonderful experience as well. So we feel just blessed about all of it.
Well, good luck today. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you again over here. But just to be in the Little Brown Jug has got to be the greatest feeling in the world.
It is. It is. Thank you for having us.
Good luck. Back up to you, Susan.
And there was John and Leanne Saunders having a Rose Run Zane in the Little Brown Jug today. They've been planning this, it sounded like, since last year. Been planning it with Rose Run Zane. Was such a great 2-year-old. He had 3 wins on the year out of just 6 starts, earned $90,000. But most importantly, he had a mark of 151 here at Delaware as a 2-year-old. This year so far, he's had a mark of 50-4 at Miami Valley, so he's been racing really well. He raced, as they said, last start was a great start for him in the Ohio Sire Stakes at Scioto Downs. He finished second, just back by half a length, and he came home in 26-4 there at Scioto Downs, mile and 51-1. So some very nice people up here from Colorado, and as he said, it's a family tradition.
Dan Veneer is great at kind of getting one ready for keeping one good, I guess. I mean, this has been on his radar, obviously, like they just said. But, I mean, I asked him up at Paulding, and, I mean, that was the game plan all along. Kind of, have him kind of in peak form for Little Brown Jug. So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. They've had quite a few great stories this year. They had a mare that they nursed back to health, and after she had broken her leg so severely, and they raised her first colt this year. A lot of great things happening for the Veneers, and as Jim and Leanne said, they're just great people. So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with race number 4.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old trotting filly of the year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Horses on the track, parade of the pose for the Ohio Breeders' Championship. Second Division, 2-year-old colt and gelding pace at 1 mile, a purse of $72,500. Sponsored by Eagle Sticks Golf Club. Field of 6, no changes, offering win, play, show, perfecta, trifecta, 50-cent pick 4s. The one is Copper Penny, owned by Lawrence Lilpwin of Cody, St. Luc, Quebec, Canada, trained by Brian Brown, Ronnie Wren Jr. Well, the 2 is Burke Racing Stable and RAS Racing, Knox Services, J&T, Jerry and Teresa Silva, Purnell and Libby, mother of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida, trained by Ron Burke, Chris Page. The 3, Spirit's Happy Ending, owned by Country Club Acres and Miller Racing Stable, Joe Sabraco, Cookie Joe, and JF Racing of New York, and Latoria of Ohio, trained by Ryan Miller, Scott Zeron. The Money Man. The 4 Billion by David Kapp, Youngstown, Ohio, and Corey Day Ehrman trains. Kurt Sugg is up. The 5 House of Bricks, owned by James Everhart of Greenfield, Ohio, and Kathy Smith of Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Trevor Smith at the lines. And for the outside of the 6 Extra Suds, the lessee is also the trainer. Virgil Morgan Jr. of Grove City, Ohio. Brett Miller is in the sulky.
So there you go. There's the field for the second division of the Ohio Breeders' Championship, 2-year-old colt and gelding pacers. Let's take a look at these horses. The number 1 is Copper Penny. Ronnie Wren Jr. drives for Brian Brown. This is a Fool Me Once out of the Western Ideal mare, Free and Easy. Loris Litwin of Canada is the owner. 4 starts this year, a second-place finish. That came about 5 back in the Ohio Sire Stakes. 2 back, finished second in a qualifier at Scioto.
The undefeated Rick Wink from the 2-hole. Chris Page will drive for trainer Ron Burke, owned by Burke Racing Stables, RAS Racing, and Knox Services, J&T Silva, Purnell, and Libby. This is a bit of a legend N out of a Micardo mare, McRinn and McBarrett. I mean, what can you say about this horse? 6 for 6. His fastest mile was 1:51 and 4 on a half-mile track at Northfield Park, so he certainly is familiar with a half-mile track. Was sold for $27,000 in the Ohio Selected Sale as a yearling. As of date, he's made $171,000.
The number 3 is Spirits Happy Ending. Scott Zeron drives for Ryan Miller. This is a down by the seaside out of the Dragon Again mare. I Command My Spirit. Country Club Acres and Miller Racing Stable, along with Joe Sabraco and JAF Racing, are the owners. 5 starts this year, 2 second-place finishes. Finished second, 2 back at Greenville in the partial.
Kurt Sugg drives Billion from the 4-hole. Corey Day Ermond is the trainer. David Kapp from Youngstown, Ohio, the owner. A down by the seaside out of a Dragon Again mare, Western Drag. 8 starts this year, 1 win. That was at Scioto Downs in a conditioned race, 54 and 4. Also has 1/3, earnings of $20,571.
The number 5 is House of Bricks. Trevor Smith drives for his dad, Jeff Smith. This Catch the Fire is out of the Jenna Beach Boy mare, Noisy Tall. James Everett of Greenville, Ohio, Kathy Smith of Washington Courthouse are the owners. 7 starts, 2 wins, and a 3rd. Those 2 wins came in the last 3 races in the pop-up series at Scioto Downs, earnings of just under $40,000.
An Extra Suds, and Brett Miller will leave from the 6-hole for trainer Virgil Morgan. Virgil also leases this horse. This is he's registered as a Pinto, a PI, so he's going to have a lot of extra white on him. I don't know if he's in the picture now, but you can see his both hind legs are white and one front leg is white clear up above his knee, and then he's got some on his belly too. So very unique looking horse. As you said, he's a lather up out of a Western Terror mare. 6 starts this year, 1 win. That was at Scioto Downs earlier this year in 1:54 and 2. Also has 3 seconds and a 3rd, $70,000 plus in earnings.
So that is the field for the 4th. We want to take this time to let everybody know, again like yesterday, we are going to have to shut off our stream and restart it again. We are going to do that after the 5th race today. Before the Buckeye Stallion Series race, we are going to have to shut off our stream and restart it. That is due to time constraints that we have no control over. If we go over a certain time, they cut off our stream. We do not want that to happen during one of the jug eliminations or the jug. So we will go off, and we ask you to please jump back on and join us at that time for to come back. Everybody was able to do it yesterday when we had to. We did not have any hiccups here. A couple of our fans said they had a little bit of hiccups, but they did not understand what was going on. So we hope you do. We're going to take a break after that 5th race, and we'll be back on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as harnessracingohio.com, where you can get your programs to follow along. Or you can go to the Little Brown Jug website. They have the programs there as well. Copper Penny, a sire we don't hear a lot about here in Ohio.
Right.
Fool me once.
You're right. Haven't heard many of that. And we've got some unusually colored horses. He is registered as a roan. Most of the time we just have blacks, bays, and then an occasional black horse. But we've got this roan in here, and we've also got the Pinto, which is really unusual to have so much color on a horse like this.
Tell you look across, Susan, the grandstand is starting to fill up.
It
There's
is.
reserve seats right in front of the grandstands with people sitting in those, so they're ready to go. A lot of people getting ready. Let's send it up to Jason Settlemore for the call of the 4th, the Ohio Breeders' Championship, the 2nd division for Colt and Gelding Pacers.
4th race, Ohio Breeders' Championship, 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers, sponsored by Eagle Sticks Golf Club, field of 6. Moving up and moving in. The gate swing to the top of the stretch, and here they come in Delaware, Ohio. They're off and pacing. Copper Penny fast off the wings of the starting gate, driving up on the outside. House of Bricks looking to clear to the front, fumbly gated and off stride. Copper Penny in and out of the first turn and over to the opening quarter. House of Bricks clear to the front, leads it by 3. And to the inside, Rick Wink is closing the gap, racing in second. Inside, Spirits Happy Ending, racing third. Rick Wink right to the outside here, looking to take control of the racetrack as they wheel by the opening quarter in 27 2/5 into that far sweeping turn for the first time. And Rick Wink and Chris Page not content with the garden spot, rolling right to the frontier. House of Briggs begrudgingly yielding for the garden spot, racing into a gap of 2, racing in third. That's Spirits Happy Ending, a gap of 4, racing in fourth. That's Billion, 5th there to the pylons. Extra Suds, the Pinto in 6th and trailing, still fumbly gated and off stride. Copper Penny halfway home in 54 seconds flat off that quarter in 27 2/5. Rick Wink and Chris Page dictating the fractions, leading it by a length and a half. And to the inside, racing in second. House of Bricks, nose to helmet, racing 2, setting sail down the backside. Spirits Happy Ending in third. Out pops Extra Suds on the move to the outside. Second up on the outside, racing in 5th. That's Billion in 6th and trailing Copper Penny. 3/4 in 1, 22 2. They'll pace the final turn and head for home. Up top of the lead here, Rick Wink. Rick Wink leads it here by a widening 2.5. And to the inside, racing in second, House of Bricks. Extra Sun to the outside in third with the lead. Rick Wink, Rick Wink. The only question is how fast the teletimer is going to go. Rick Wink in front. Time of the ball. Look at this. 1:50 2/5.
Told you.
You did.
New stakes record, the Ohio Breeders' Championship, 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers. The new record goes to Rick Wink, 7 for 7, and keeps his hopes alive for the Triple Crown.
This was absolutely a bargain, $27,000 yearling
A
purchase.
dominating bargain.
Yeah. He raced so good. The stakes record was held by Rose Runzane, who is, of course, in the Little Brown Jug today. That record was 151-1, just set last year. But as you said, Rick Wink, when you saw the 3/4 in 22 2, said, gosh, if he just comes home in 29, he's going to equal the record.
2-6-5-3.
World record.
Just 2/5 off the world record.
Wow.
And here come the connections across. Ownership group of Burke Racing Stable, Knox Services, J&T Silva, Purnell, and Libby.
And RAS Racing.
Chris Breckler making his way across. So here comes your winner back to the winner's circle. Chris Page picks up win number 13 on the week. Ron Burke picks up his win.
Only 2/5 off the world's record already this morning here in Delaware. In a new stakes record for the 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers in the Ohio Breeders' Championship, 150 2/5. Well, the 2, Rick Wink is a 2-year-old bay colt by bit of a legend out of a margin McGrin and McBear. She by McCardle. By Burke Racing Stable of Pennsylvania. RAS Racing. Knox Services of Ohio. Jerry and Teresa Silva. Purnell. In Libya, Florida. Trained by Ron Burke. Posting the 7th win in this one's young career. Undefeated, 7-7. New lifetime mark, 150 2/5. Handled here this afternoon by winning driver Chris Page. The 2, Rick Wink. New stakes record, 150 2. Caretaker for this undefeated 2-year-old, Brad Burke. This race sponsored by Eagle Sticks Golf Club. And in the winner's circle to make the trophy presentation on behalf of Eagle Sticks Golf Club, Mr. Joe McLeod.
Dominating performance by Rick Wink here in the 2nd division of the Ohio Breeders' Championship for 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers. Purse of $36,250 is going to go to Rick Wink. The total purse $72,500. He'll get half of that. That'll raise his earnings up over $200,000.
In just 7 starts.
In just 7 starts. I think over the next couple of years, we're going to be having 2 millionaire banners with the number of millionaires we're going to see from this 2-year-old class moving into 3-year-olds and some 3-year-olds that are going to be eclipsing that in the very near future as well.
It's like Wendy's going to have Chris Page down here.
That's what it looks like. And Chris Breckler. So we'll just let Chris stay there then. Wait for Wendy Ross and the
Ladies and gentlemen,
interview.
let's throw it downstairs to Wendy Ross alongside Winning Connections of the new stakes record holder, Rick Wink.
Thank you very much, Jason. Joining me is driver Chris Page and his young, beautiful son, Carter Page. Chris, we said, you know what, you've been getting to the winner's circle. We heard enough from you. We want to say, let's get young Carter Page in here. He's my favorite Page, everyone. Now, Chris, when you came down the stretch here, the crowd was cheering. What's it going to mean to you? Let's take 15 years down the road when they're doing that for young Carter.
Yeah, right. Reflection's everything. One day, hopefully, Carter does whatever he's doing. If that's playing men's volleyball or racing horses, we're going to be. I'll be his biggest cheerleader for sure.
Interviewed you back there in the paddock just a race or so ago. I said, hey, what about Tennessee Tom? You said, Wendy, don't forget about Rick Wink. Rick Wink, he's impressive.
Yeah, it's what's the date? It's September 19th, and he's undefeated in his young career. So I just wanted to kind of get you guys to note that, there's not too many horses here today that don't have any bad marks on their report card.
We're having fun here at Delaware. It's Jug Week, right? Carter's smiling. Always fun.
Yeah, for sure. Carter, you got anything to say? No.
No, he's speechless. Now, Chris, I had to get Chris Breckler here. Knox Services, of course, you're the connections of Knox Services. You, your mom, your whole family. You got a lot of nice horses racing throughout the country and here this week. Chris, what's it mean? And now you and Chris, you might not know, you guys have been best friends since you were kids.
Well, I wouldn't know we were best friends, but, we've been friends for a long time. And, like you said, Carter Page is our favorite Page.
He is, and we're hoping to see him driving down the road. Chris, what's it mean for you to be here, especially in a winner's circle here during Jug Week?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, we live from Mount Vernon, and we're 45 minutes away, so this is kind of like our home track. It's fantastic. It's a showcase of racing horses and the best horses in the country. And, today's a great day to showcase Ohio horses, so it's a great thing.
You guys race, you breed, you go to the sales, have a horse, a colt like Rick Wink. It might be okay to be back here in the winner's circle about a year from now, right?
It would be fantastic to be back here in about a year from now.
Congratulations, guys. Carter, thank you, little man. Congratulations to the winning connections of Rick Wink.
You know what they just said there? Next year, again, another chance for an Ohio bred, to follow in the footsteps of By the Missile.
Yes.
We've just got so many good 2-year-old Colt Pacers continuing to get better as the year goes on.
And faster.
Faster, too.
I mean,
exactly.
50 2. It's just incredible. The speed is incredible.
And we'll wait for the official rundown, but, obviously the 2 turns didn't matter, so Well, we're going to steal Chris Page as well. It's the Chris Page hour. So Doug Ballinger's with Chris Page in our winner's circle. So we're going to talk to him.
I got Chris Page here. Last year we had him quite often. This is the first time I get a hold of you today, but I think you're having a good week. It was a slow start Sunday, 11 or 12 wins now. A big record here with Rick Wink.
Yeah, Sunday, maybe I still had some sleepers in my eyes from the all-night drive home from Mohawk. But, yeah, Rick Wink, he's nothing but impressive for sure.
You got some other hot drives today, live drives?
Yeah, very much so. The next race we got Tennessee Tom. He's trotting colt of the year last year. Hopefully the same outcome at the end of the season with him. And then we got a Seaside Diva. So we got it's an action-packed card for me today.
Real quick, and I'll let you go. I know you're in the next race, Chris. You had that spill about 5-6 weeks ago at Scioto. Some rib injury. How's things coming back?
Yeah, I've never been really hurt in my career other than the other night. Never broke any bones. My biggest thing was not overdoing it, and I continued to kind of get feeling a little better, and I would overdo it. And one of them old sayings, you take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. But finally, my wife was chewing on my ear enough where I minded my manners and listened to the doctor's orders, and we're back 100%.
Chris Page, we're going to let him go. He's got one in the next race. Best of luck the rest of the day, Chris.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate you.
Cris Page to give us the quick interview. I think
there's a key in that cart. There's a key in that cart.
They're going to give Chris back a cart.
Get him back to
get him back.
He's
so
got
he
to get back to the paddock quickly.
The paddock. So now don't take the cart, Chris. You got to have somebody drive him back. So he was ready to hop in and just go.
Was.
So.
There he gets another ride.
Yep, he's got the other ride as well. So.
These guys got to get back across the track because he's got, as he said, Tennessee Tom.
You never know how they're hanging races today, too. So
right.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it will be the 5th race on the card, the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, the Ohio Breeders' Championship, the feature race for Tennessee Tom when we return here to the Delaware County Fairgrounds right after this.
For over 100 years, the values at CoverLink Insurance have been clear. Do the right thing. These values have been at the forefront of what we do, and that will never change. At CoverLink Insurance, you're a person, not a policy. We're here to get you the right coverage: home, auto, business, and farm. CoverLink covers you, your family, and your business. Trusted advice and solutions to protect what matters most. Great service from great people. CoverLink Insurance.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm wants to thank all the bidders and buyers that supported the Ohio Selected Jug Sale.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Welcome back to the Delaware County Fairgrounds. Frank Froz, Susan Schroeder, Matt Clark, Ashley Daly, bringing you all the action of Day 5 here at the Delaware County Fairgrounds. It's been a whirlwind 4 days and 4 races so far, and we will set our sights this afternoon on the Little Brown Jug. Yesterday we had a stakes record, a world record, a track record, and then the next race it was all broken again. And today we've had a stakes record in the last race, and who knows, coming up here in the Ohio Breeders' Championship Trot for 3-year-old Colton Geldings, we might have another one. Let's head it upstairs.
A purse of $115,200 offering Win Place Show Perfecta Trifecta Wagering. This race sponsored by Winback Farms. And at this time, we ask that a representative or representatives of Winback Farms please report trackside to the infield judges stand for the trophy presentation. The one is Tennessee Tom by Burke Racing Stable in Weaver, Brasilia, Pennsylvania. Hatfield Stables and Knox Services of the Buckeye State, trained by Ron Burke. Chris Page is up. The two is Claude Giroux Stable Incorporated at Deerfield, Illinois. Royal Precedent, trained by Jody Scalacci. Ronnie Wren Jr., the driver. Kane Kaufman drives the 3 for Anthony Miller of Dundee, Ohio. Sir Maverick, trained by Brian Miller. The 4 is Pisano by Beaver, Radnor, Ohio. Spa-Nartners of Ballston Spa, New York. Maine of Ontario, Canada. Fleming of Ontario, Canada, trained by Chris Beaver, Aaron Merriman. The 5, Tom Swifty, owned by Sandra Burnett of Wilmington, Ohio, and Norma Ray Racing LLC of Xenia, Ohio, trained by Christy Noble, Dan Noble. And for the outside of the 6, Country Jet by Yacht Club 140 LLC at Delray Beach, Florida, trained by Melvin Schmucker. Scott Zeron, the Money Man, in the sulky.
So there's the field for the 5th, the Ohio Breeders' Championship 3-year-old colt and gelding trots. The number 1 is Tennessee Tom. Chris Page drives for Ron Burke. This is a long Tom out of the Muscle Massive Mare Missive Burke Racing Stable. Hatfield Stable, Knox Services, the owner, has hit the board in 8 out of 9 with 6 wins, earnings of $283,000. Lifetime $720,000 in earnings, 11 wins, 18 starts. Has won 2 of the last 3 of the last 5. Last time out, the winner at Scioto for the Ohio Sire Stakes.
Did you say $720,000 for a 3-year-old?
Yes, I did. That's one of the ones we were talking about. We're going to be adding to that sign soon.
An Ohio sired 3-year-old. Royal Precedent and Ronnie Wren Jr. from the 2 for Jody Scalacci. Claude Gendreau from Deerfield, Illinois is the owner and the breeder. This is a creatine out of a Cantab Hall Royal Tabs. This horse has been also racing very well. He's had 13 starts this year, 2 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, earnings of $100,000, and has a mark of 54-1 taken at Miami Valley.
Sir Maverick is the number 3. Kane Kaufman drives for Brian Miller, 15 starts, a win, 2 seconds, and a third. That second came back in the Buckeye Stallion Series.
Sponzano from the 4 with Aaron Merriman up for trainer Chris Beaver. Owners are Chris Beaver, Sparkners from Ballston Spa, New York, and B.G. Maines from Ontario, and L.V. Fleming from Ontario. Chris Beaver trains. This is a Coraggioso out of SJ's Caviar Mare, Grace and Charlie. 10 starts this year, has made $200,000, has a mark of 53-2. Last year, as a 2-year-old, had 5 wins out of just 7 starts, earned $272,000 as a freshman.
Did you say he almost has $500,000
Yeah.
as a 3-year-old Ohio bred? There is Chris Beaver on your screen doing his interview with the simulcast. The number 5, Tom Swifty. Dan Noble drives for his wife, Christy Noble. Sandra Burnett, Norma Ray Racing are the owners of this long Tom out of Evanora by Pilgrim's Taj. 10 wins and 17 starts this year. A second and 3 thirds, has hit the board in 4 straight, includes 2 wins and 2 thirds.
Country Jet, Scott Zeron up for Melvin Schmucker and Yacht Club 140 LLC from Delray Beach, Florida. This is a What the Hill gelding out of an Inquirer mare, Just Asking. 21 starts on the year, 3 wins, 8 seconds. So this horse is always right there. Earnings of $28,000 and a mark of 57-4 at Scioto Downs.
And that is a look at the field. The stakes record, 152-4, set back in 2020 by Action Uncle.
This is a good field of horses. I mean, they've just all been so dominant in this one and then the other, one and then the other. They're just racing really well. A lot of money earned.
So as we get set, the horses are starting to make their way up onto the backstretch. Mike Wepkenberg is there. And we will have the start of the 5th race, the Ohio Breeders' Championship for 3-year-old colt and gelding trotters. 4 of the 6 have earned over $100,000. Tennessee Tom, last year's 2-year-old trotting colt of the year in the Buckeye State, will try to put some more on his resume to keep the honor this year. Let's send it up to Jason Settlemore.
Fifth race, Ohio Breeders' Championship, 3-year-old colt and gelding trotters, $115,200 on the line. Sponsored by Winback Farms. Field of 6. Swing to the top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off and trotting at a very nice start here from the middle of the racetrack. Spazzano going right for the lead. Royal Precedent from this one's inside coming away, racing into forwardly placed off the wings of the starting gate. Tom Swifty comes away trotting in 3rd. 4th, that's Tennessee Tom, followed in 5th by Sir Maverick, and 6th and trailing Country Jet. Scott Zeron can see them all as they move over to the opening quarter-mile mark of the race. Spazzano leading it here by the opening quarter in 27 4/5 into that far sweeping turn for the first time, being led up top by Spazzano. Spazzano leading it here, leading it by a length and a quarter for Aaron Merriman, dictating the fractions. Royal Precedent to the inside is racing in 2nd, followed along by Tom Swifty trotting in 3rd. 4th, that's Tennessee Tom. 5th there, that's Sir Maverick, and 6th and trailing Country Jet. Positions remain unchanged as they roll into the payoff half. Spazzano leading the way, took him to the half in 56 4 off a quarter in 27 4. Second panel in 29 seconds flat. And up top leading the way, Spazzano. Spazzano leading it here by a length and a half. Royal Precedent to the inside is racing into first to flush, coming with a rush on the outside. Here comes Tom Swifty. Down the backside they set sail. Second over on the outside, racing in 4th, Tennessee Tom. 5th there, that's Sir Maverick, and 6th and trailing Country Jet by 3/4 and 125 1/5. They'll drop the final turn and head for home. Spazzano with the lead. Opens up by 2. To the inside, Royal Precedent. Along the inside, move to the outside in 3rd, Tennessee Tom. Less than a 16th to go here in Ohio. With the lead here, Spazzano. Spazzano. Here comes Tennessee Tom, and up the inside, Royal Precedent. Spazzano. Gate to wire. Close for 2nd. Time of the mile, 1:53 2/5. Spazzano equaling his lifetime best.
No stakes record. Spazzano, though, equals his lifetime best, coming home first. Went to the lead with Aaron Merriman and cruises home a victory in this, the 3-year-old Breeders' Championship trot.
53 2, so that is or ties his lifetime mark of 53 2.
First win of the meet for Aaron Merriman. Bit of a surprise.
That is.
Chris Beaver picks up his 3rd victory here at Delaware this week. Spazzano's still 2nd. They're going to say Tennessee Tom did get up for 2nd, was the overwhelming favorite at 1-9. Royal Precedent, Ronnie Wren Jr. comes in 3rd, and Tom Swifty with Dan Noble finishes 4th.
5 unofficial.
Try to get the final 2 horses from the replay. It looks like it was Sir Maverick coming in 5th, and Country Jet coming in on 6th. So there is your
Trackside,
winner,
the Sugar winner circle.
Sponzano.
The unofficial winner of the 5th race. Ohio Breeders' Championship. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot. They went for $115,200. Number 4, Spazzano. 3-year-old Bay Gelding by Coraggioso. Joe Spadero. Out of the Grayson Charlie. She by SJ's Caviar. By Beaver of Radnor, Ohio. And Spa Partners of Boston Spa, New York. BG Mains of Ontario, Canada, and Fleming of Ontario, Canada, trained by Chris Beaver. Nicely handled here this afternoon by winning driver Aaron Merriman. And the caretaker for Spazzano, Katie Barnhart. 8th win in this one's career, 3rd of 2024, bred by Timothy Stutzman of Virginia, equaling his lifetime best, 153-2. Spazzano, Chris Beaver, Aaron Merriman, Katie Barnhart win the Ohio Breeders' Championship, sponsored by Winback Farms. In the winner's circle to make the trophy presentation.
We have the rundown for you, and then we're going to cut our stream, and we'll be back after. Nope. After that.
We have Doug.
Oh, is we'll have to have her come. Wait till after we get back. Okay, so we have, we'll do that. So let's take our break right now, and we're going to cut our stream and come back right after this.